Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make vegan anchovies. Real anchovies are small fishes that taste very fishy and also very salty. They are used in several dishes in Provence, like for example the Pissaladière, which is an onion tart that requires that particular flavor. Without it, it's not a Pissaladière. Anchovies are typically filleted, salt cured, and also canned in oil. Anchovies also have a fifth taste that's called umami. This is a savory taste found in food high in the amino acid glutamate. Today I am going to show you how to make vegan anchovy that look like the real thing. And I'm also going to show you how to replicate this mouth-watering umami flavor that is so indispensable in anchovies, and I am sure that this will blow your taste buds away. So let's have a look at the ingredients and the utensils required for that recipe. You will need a middle-sized eggplant, or also called aubergine. You need 1 tablespoon of capers. You need some sea salt. You will need a pack of nori sheets, so those ones are from Korea, but the Japanese ones are also fine. I'm going to open the pack to show you how they look. So nori are like a seaweed that are compacted and dry in the form of sheets. And you will need 1 pack of 2 grams. And those seaweeds are going to be associated with others. We also need kelp. So kelp is another kind of seaweed. This one I bought it in a Chinese supermarket. So I guess in every Asian supermarket you can find that. They have different varieties. Any varieties will be fine. That will give you the very fishy taste. This is miso, so mine is dark, but white miso will also do. You also need a colander to drain the eggplant, a salad bowl, a recipient to put the final product. So here I have like a little glass can, a vegetable peeler, a knife, and a cutting board. So that's the jar that I'm going to use to put the final product. It's nothing fancy, it's just like a glass jar with a lid. So we are going to cut the leaf from the eggplant. Then we're going to peel the skin, and you have to remove all the skin because when you have the peel inside the final product, it doesn't work well, so just peel them properly. And then you're going to slice the eggplant in 2 halves, and in each half slice a few millimeter large strips that roughly have the size of what you will imagine as anchovy fillet. Yes, like that. Not too thin, not too thick. Like 3-4 millimeter. Then cut your strips in half because they will be too long to make anchovies. So this one has a good size. So when you finish with 1 half, then you do the same for the second half. So you cut in 2. And then you're going to put all your pieces of eggplants into the salad bowl and generously sprinkle them with salt. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. And that's going to help to drain the water from the eggplant. So mix well with your hands to make sure that every piece are coated with salt. This operation will drain all the water from the eggplants, and this is an essential step for you to make those vegan anchovies. So don't skip it. Then cover it, cover the salad bowl, and put it in the fridge overnight. So the day after, you can see there's a lot of water already in the recipient, but I'm going to squeeze these eggplant pieces for something around, I would say, maybe I did that operation for 3-4 minutes. So you want to remove as much as water that you can, but you don't want to remove the entire water, because if you remove too much of the water, the aubergine strips are going to remain very squishy. So yeah, they should look like this. So as you can see, they have been drained for most of the water, but not completely. And now I'm putting them on the colander, and I'm going to separate them because before, when they were together, they form like a block, so you have to separate them like this. Yes. So then you're going to prepare the marinade. So you need the capers, the kelp, the miso, and also the nori. So I'm going to put the kelp first in a blender. You need a blender that can mix very finely, so like a coffee grinder type of grinder. Then I add the nori sheets, so I put all the dry ingredients first. So here I put the nori sheets that I cut into smaller pieces. That will be just easier for the machine to blend. Yeah, the entire pack. And then I'm going to blend this to obtain a very fine powder. You want something very, very fine, like almost like flour. So it took me maybe 1 minute of blending. And when the operation is finished, then you can add the wet ingredients. So I put the capers. Then I add the miso. And 1 tablespoon of salt. Anchovies are very salty fish, so you really need salt on top of the salt that you use to drain the water. It won't be too salty at the end, it will be just right, because you are not going to use an entire box, you are going to use few of them, and that will give you the salty, fishy taste. Then I add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's to help everything to blend and mix properly. So I mix that for 1-2 minutes. You need to obtain something very, very fine and like a puree. Then when it is done, I'm going to take my jar, and I'm going to put my anchovies that have been drained. And I'm going to pour the mix that we just finished on top of it. And then add olive oil until the oil covers completely the eggplants. Give a gentle stir to mix everything together and to spread the puree of seaweed and miso in order to cover it. And here you go. Here you have an anchovy, and it can be ready for cooking, but I will leave it in the fridge overnight, and then you can keep it for a few weeks to a few months in the fridge, and then that will allow the aubergines to suck up the oil and flavor the piece of aubergines. look at that. It just looks like the real thing. And you can't taste the flavors from the screen, but when you will make it, you will be amazed by how simple it is to recreate anchovies using plant-based products. And you're ready to cook whatever recipe that you want and bring that umami flavor into dishes that require that. And I'm going to show you soon how to make the pissaladière. I hope that you like this recipe, and if you want to be notified for the next one, click the notification button below, and until the next recipe, I say you bye and see you next time for the next video.